I think about what does that mean to drive a team forward. How many of you were on a sports team at any point in your life? Okay, yeah, even you can go back to when you played soccer when you're 5. That's fine. Okay, but the thing about sports teams is you often can think back and say there was someone on that team who did something that made us better. And when I was in college, I was on a sports team, and one of the members of the team did something I thought was fascinating. And what really fascinated me more was that the coach allowed him to do it, because it seemed very dysfunctional. So just kind of, I always like to ask this question out of curiosity. What sports team do you think I was on? Shout it out. Track, soccer, gymnastics, lacrosse. Someone going with the Hopkins angle, I see. Yeah, no. Football, gymnastics. Someone always says basketball. I think it's a trick question. I always get chess. I don't know. Yeah, see, thank you. Thank you. A big enough crowd, I'll get chess. I don't know if it's a sport, but it's out there. Okay, none of you are right, but they're all good guesses. Thank you. I was on the wrestling team. Okay, which makes sense. You wrestle by weight class, and if I was the heavyweight. But I was actually in the weight class that they've subsequently dropped from the NCAA. That's true. They don't make adults my size anymore. But anyway, I was traveling with the wrestling team. We had another person like me, which means small. And when you have an extra small wrestler, you take them along with you because they can take forfeits at higher weight classes. So he traveled with us all year, and he never got to wrestle. And that's really boring. This was not glamour. I went to Johns Hopkins, Division III. We traveled through Pennsylvania. I went to, middle of Pennsylvania in a little van every weekend. So this is what he was doing, but he didn't get the chance then to actually wrestle. So he started passing his time in the Monday practice, when we would get back, he started giving out the exhibition award. And the exhibition award was the most entertaining move that anyone did. And it didn't matter if it was legal or not. And he encouraged it not to be legal, because if you've ever seen collegiate wrestling, it's actually pretty boring if you follow the rules. So, and this kept going on. And I was actually quite puzzled on why the coach was allowing this, because what happened was we wanted to win the award. It became important, so we would do crazy things. And when do you do crazy things? Well, if you're winning by a lot, you might, but that's high risk, because you could actually get disqualified. You tended to do it when you were losing badly. All right, all right, got nothing to lose here. Throw the guy up in the air and see what happens, right? It was only a few years after I graduated, and I ran into my coach again, and I recounted this. I said, why did you let us do this? And he said, well, did you notice what happened there? You started paying attention to each other when you were doing badly, because we didn't want to miss it. So when someone was wrestling and they were really getting beat, all of a sudden we were all paying attention. Okay, and the effect of that was then when you had that person next week in practice, you'd go up to them and you say, "Hey, I saw you were doing this. You might want to try this insteed." And we actually really started focusing on improving each other, because you're paying attention to them when they need improvement. And that, to me, is the type of engagement and connection that we're talking about when we're talking about team leadership. The ability to see someone when someone needs help, and to be able to confidently step in there and help them when they're doing that. Okay?